Hey Deckers, today I'm looking at Kingdom Come Deliverance. Huge thanks to Deep Silver for giving me a key to test this one out on the Steam Deck, as I'm pretty hyped for the next version coming out later this year. So wanted to take another look at the first one to see how it's running on the deck, and also to get the best settings out of it, because I'm sure a lot of you are going to want to get into the vibe before the next one comes out. As you can see, it is running very well on the deck, and it does look absolutely gorgeous on the OLED deck as well. Even the cutscenes and everything are running at between 30 and 60 frames per second. None of the settings that I'll be showing will get you that 60 frames per second though. Most of the time you'll be sitting around the 40 with quite a few spikes here and there, although I will take you through all of this right now. Putting it on full screen mode with no VSync, and then pretty much starting with the highest graphic settings and then tweaking down the object quality to medium, as well as the physics and post-process quality, shader quality and textures to medium, and motion blur off. Everything else is left at that high preset, and for the most part you will sit between that 40 and 50. Now, capping it at 45 frames per second on the deck will give you a very stable experience, and is probably going to be my biggest recommendation here. However, because it's not a multiple of 30, it doesn't cap on my external capture card, which is why it didn't take effect here. But you'll see that when I'm moving around that it does sit just above that 45 range a lot of the time, even in combat. And combat is very difficult. That little tutorial section that you saw there is actually a couple of hours into the game. So this is also quite a lengthy game as well, with over 100 hours worth of gameplay. If you are into things like For Honor and like the kind of open worldness of Skyrim, then this is definitely the type of game for you. But unfortunately, it is a little bit high on that wattage, and combat is very tricky. It takes a lot of getting used to, and capping this at 30 frames per second doesn't really save much apart from introducing a bit of input latency. So although it will save you 1 or 2 watts for the hit that you get on the general experience, although it does feel a little bit smoother, it does feel like there's a little bit of latency there, and having that extra smoothness with the uncapped frame rate definitely makes the game feel a lot better overall. So if you do cap it at 45 or just leave it uncapped, you're going to get around 2 to 2.5 hours gameplay on battery without needing a power bank or charge, but hopefully you've all got a power bank by now. If not, check out the ones in the description below. And other than that, it is running exceptionally well. Unfortunately, there is a lot of running around if you don't have a horse, and that does take a lot of time in game before you get there, with the towns being quite big, so a lot of walking around, enjoying that scenery. Let us know in the comments below if you're going to be picking this one up or waiting for the sequel. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.